welcome back to Let's Talk Football. So, before we get into everything, I just want to shout out to those on Cougar Board who listen to my podcast. Thank you so much, and I might have a special guest joining us on one of my episodes, so we'll see. So we're going to start off with college football games. So, number 18, Ole Miss and Oklahoma. Funny thing was there was a squirrel that came onto the field and ran for a touchdown. It was pretty funny. It was just chilling on the field, and people trying to get off the field so they can continue their game. Ole Miss ended up winning with the score of 26-14. Number 4, Ohio State and Nebraska played, and Ohio State barely beat Nebraska 21-17. I would have loved it if Ohio State lost. That would have been great. But Nebraska played a really good game against Ohio State, who was really good. Number Texas and number 25 Vanderbilt played. Vanderbilt played so well and was so close to beating Texas. Texas barely outscored Vanderbilt 27-24. Also would have been great if Texas lost. Number 14 Texas A&M played number 8 LSU. LSU lost. Let's go. With the final score of 28-23. I'm at 38-23. The reason why I kind of want LSU to lose is because they're ranked above BYU, and BYU got to move up because of this, so that was great. So, number 22, SMU and Duke played. I wasn't going to mention it, but then I was like, wait, this was a really good game. So, it went to overtime because SMU blocked Duke's field goal at the very end, which would have ended the game, and Duke would have won. But since it got blocked, they went to overtime. So, both teams scored quickly, and Duke had the ball seconds. They were down 28-27 after scoring their touchdown. They had a choice to either kick an extra point or go for 2. They decided to go for 2, and they did not get it. So that's really good defense. And SMU won with the final score of 28-27. Good job. I also wanted SMU to win because they've only lost to BYU, and so they're like 7-1, I think. And so it was great to see that their only loss is to BYU. Same with Kansas State. Now we have NFL scores and updates. This was a really good game. I enjoyed watching it because I was cheering for the Niners because Fred Warner plays for them. He went to BYU. So it was a good game, and the 49ers did a really good job. I feel like Dak Prescott did not do it. Dak Prescott, I feel like it's not as good as people say he is because he's like the highest paid QB in the NFL, but like besides Patrick Mahomes. I think he's higher than Patrick Mahomes, but I don't know. And he's actually not that good when I was watching him. So he threw 2 interceptions, which is not the best. I mean, Brock Purdy threw none. So, but the final score was 30-24. The Niners won. So that was great. But yeah, the 49ers played a great game, and I'm glad they won. Okay, here's something kind of cool. They scored 21 points in the third quarter, and the Cowboys scored none. And then the Cowboys also did not score in the first and third quarter, which is crazy. So that's it for NFL scores and updates. So now we're going on to our BYU segment, one of the best segments. So BYU played UCF on Saturday. BYU had a really good opening drive with a touchdown scored by Jake Retzlaff. A 29-yard, he's a W. But like he's really good at scrambling. And he could have slid down, which I'm sure a lot of QBs would have done, but he just ran, and he didn't get tackled even when he got to the end zone. It was so good. And so they played a lot better than they did last week, so much better. So an outstanding play was late in the first quarter. They did a fake field goal. Sam Vanderhaar, which is the punter, was holding the ball, and then he got the snap and then snapped it between his legs, and Will Ferrin caught it while running and got a first down. It was amazing. It was really fun to watch, and it's the best. Another outstanding play was a pass to Chase Roberts with less than a minute left in the second quarter. The score was 17-10. Cougs up, and I knew that BYU could score in a minute, but I didn't know they were actually going to do it. The reason why BYU wanted to score before halftime was because UCF was going to get the ball starting in the second quarter. And so what could have happened was it was 17-10, so if they scored when they got their first possession, they could have tied it, so they wanted to get a little bit more ahead. So Jake Retzlaff passed the ball to Chase Roberts near the sideline. Chase Roberts caught it and broke a tackle. I thought Chase Roberts was going to step out of bounds to get the clock to stop, but instead he just kept running and he took it down the field for a touchdown. It was a 62-yard reception touchdown. It was amazing. So another thing that had a big impact on the game was that the UCF quarterback he scrambled and he got a first down. I'm pretty sure, yeah. And then he got pushed out of bounds. Crew Wakely, I'm pretty sure he's a safety for BYU. He was on the ground right next to the QB for UCF. And the QB legit stands over him and starts taunting Crew Wakely. And Crew Wakely is like, whatever, man. And since QB was taunting, he got a flag. It was a 15-yard penalty, which was crazy. And I'm pretty sure they showed Crew Wakely and he was laughing. I mean, I would have been like, haha, if someone did that to me too. But BYU's defense did have a little bit of a rough time in the fourth quarter. But we were ahead. We shouldn't, lose that kind of, momentum and stuff. But, we weren't, it wasn't really close, so it was okay. But we definitely need to, work on, keeping the defense, just playing well throughout the whole game and getting better now. But things did get a little sloppy, but it's okay. But BYU came out with the win, 37-24. 8-0. Let's go. Sadly, there will be no BYU segment next week because BYU has a bye week. And then they're playing Utah. Uh-oh. Okay, hopefully BYU can beat Utah. So, I think they can. They can do it. So now we have Player of the Week. Pow! This week's Player of the Week is Will Farron, the BYU field goal kicker. He is really good. I talked about his fake field goal, which was amazing. And he's just a really good kicker, and he's been really consistent and done a great job. He doesn't miss field goals very much. He's done such a good job this season. And then also just another little highlight for Player of the Week is LJ Martin. He is the running back for BYU. He had such a good game against UCF, and ever since he came back from injury, he has been outstanding. And he had 101 rushing yards, I think. So that was great. But main highlight was Will Farron. Little highlight was LJ Martin. So now we're gonna go to college football. I'm pretty happy about the rankings this week. So the coaches poll thought BYU is going to be ranked 12th after their game. They're wrong. So we're going to start off. Ooh, my bad. So starting off, we have number 1 Georgia, number 2. Oh wait, sorry. Starting off, we have number 1 Oregon, number 2 Georgia, number 3 Penn State, number 4 Ohio State, number 5 Miami, number 6 Texas, number 7 Tennessee, number 8 Notre Dame, and number 9 BYU. Let's go! I was actually I think they might be ranked 9th. Single digits, guys. That's so great. Oh my goodness. BYU is doing amazing. So BYU moved up 2 spots. That's great. We're doing so good. I was actually so happy. Texas A&M is ranked 10th. Iowa State is ranked 11th. Clemson is also ranked 11th. 13th is Indiana. 14th is Alabama. I can't believe Alabama's lost 2 games this year. That's crazy. Number 15 is Boise State. Number 16 is LSU. Ooh, they dropped 8 places. That's rough. Number 17, Kansas State. They dropped 1 spot. Kansas State dropped 1 spot after losing to, after almost losing to Kansas. And then we have number 18 is Pittsburgh. Number 19 is Ole Miss. Number 20 is SMU. Number 21 is Army. Number 22 is Washington State. Yeah, good job, Cougs. The other Cougs, but our Cougs are better. Number 23, Colorado. Number 24, Illinois. And number 25, Missouri. Also, crazy thing, Utah lost to Houston, like, what was it, like, I'm not sure. I think it was 17-14. But I was so surprised to see that. I'm like, how did they lose? Like, legit. Yeah, 17-14, which is crazy. And Houston's not that good, so. But good for Houston. So that wraps up our episode of